We design unconventional football concepts, and in this video we created completely new kits for 7 teams likely to play in the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Some designs are super minimal, others way more experimental. We'll also make a part 2 of this video once all teams for the tournament are confirmed, so subscribe and enjoy. We are starting with a team that won their one and only World Cup back in 1966, England. Back then they wore simple red long sleeves, so as a note to that, our first design is red, with a dark gradient from the top. Just to make sure it doesn't feel too plain, I wanted to reference the gold medal, so I colored the details gold, including the logos, the number, and the World Cup patch. Quick back design, and here is how the red kit with gold accents look. Plus the version with white details, since I know a lot of you can't stand gold. Next up we are doing something totally different, something far from minimalist, but first I'm going to add one more logo here. FIFA Rivals, the new officially licensed mobile game, the sponsor of today's video, my favorite mobile football game out there. You will ask why? I picked up the mechanics really quickly and I thought the game was too easy. Turns out I was just playing against bots. But you can also play live against real players, climb up to higher leagues, and that's when things get interesting. The gameplay is super dynamic, the matches are quick, which makes building your squad really satisfying. You can test out your team almost instantly. You can get good cards from free drops by completing achievements, or you can just buy them. But the most interesting part, the cards you pull can actually have real world value. You can literally sell them for real money. And you know, the game has an official license, so you get real players who even score goals just like in real life. But what matters most to us, you also get real jerseys, boots, and even match balls. It's currently the Adidas season, so there is still time to grab some cool loot and customize your squad with that signature Adidas style. There are constant updates, link to the game is in the description, available on iOS and Android, of course. Let us know what do you think about the game. Now, back to designing. This time a classic white kit with dark blue accents. At first I added the red stripes like on the England flag, but it ended up looking way too much like Georgia. So I erased the middle part to keep more white space. Here's how that second concept turned out, and here is another variation, half red, half white. Kind of a fusion of the modern team and the 1966 one. And one more, a full white kit with gold details. Now get ready for some way more overcomplicated designs. South America, Brazil. It's always tough redesigning classic jerseys. People are really emotionally attached to them, and no matter what you do, someone's not gonna like it. But we are giving it a shot. The first idea was to cover the whole thing in a pattern inspired by the Brazilian carnival. But honestly, it felt kinda boring. Then we made the top part green, pretty cool, but we figured out we could push it further. So, drawing inspiration from the Amazon rainforest, we laid down this pattern. Tweaked the colors a bit to still feel very Brazil, added a patch, and of course, threw on the FIFA Rivals logo. As a little detail, we added a gradient to the upper part of the sleeves, quick design for the back, and boom, our overcomplicated Brazilian kit front and back. But if you've been following the channel, you know this isn't our first overcomplicated Brazilian kit. This one was inspired by the famous stairs in Rio. Let us know which one you like better. And now we are heading back to Europe. Yeah, a team with a pretty interesting history of matches against Brazil. Germany, of course. This one's gonna be a quick design. The jersey is gonna be black. We drop in all the logos and the number. Add the stripes, because yeah, it has to be Adidas. And we'll color them in a kind of gold. Calves in color too. At first we colored the shirt like this, but it didn't really work. Looked kinda weak, but once we started tweaking the adjustments in Photoshop, we ended up with this effect. Then we needed to match that look on the sleeves, bring the design around to the back, put the FIFA Rivals logo at the bottom this time. It fits better there, and here is the final design. Front and back. And here is a little bonus, another design we made a while ago. You might seen it on another channel, Germany again, but this time with Nike. A bit more of a nod to those classic German kits. So now we are heading back to America, but this time North America. USA, one of the 3 hosts of the upcoming World Cup. All 3 hosts will be featured in today's video, and we are also going to visit a whole new continent that we haven't touched on yet here on the channel. Stay tuned. So, we didn't want to create a typical USA kit. You know, the one with stripes and stars and flags. Well, at first we did want to, but honestly that felt too easy. And you know, when I think of the US these days, I think of technology, artificial intelligence, futuristic cars, and you know, the color that fits that vibe the most is silver. So the kit won't be white, red or blue, it'll be silver. We dropped in all the logos, the number, the FIFA rivals and World Cup patches, then added one red detail, this stripe across the top. And for the main visual element, we laid down stars inspired by that old school vintage American jersey, like this. Tweak the colors a bit, finish up the back, and done. A silver, slightly futuristic USA jersey. Let us know what you think. And now we are heading south, all the way to Mexico. They've had some pretty interesting kits in their history, and a few were honestly really cool. So we tried to make something just as good. You can decide if we pulled it off. We started with a dark green base and added a gradient. Then we found this free image of the Mayan calendar on Wikipedia. We wanted to use it, but not like that. It was way too overcomplicated. It took a while to figure out where to put it, so we decided to only use part of the calendar, placed along the sides, just as a symbolic reference to it. We added some color to the details and designed the back in a similar way. Up top there is a small detail, and of course we couldn't skip the FIFA rivals and World Cup patches. And that's it, Mexico, front and back. Also in a slightly different color version. Here is a quick comparison, just in case someone doesn't notice what changed. And now it's time for the last of the hosts, Canada. Honestly, their kits are probably my favorite, so it's gonna be tough to come up with something better, but maybe we can pull it off too. The shirts had to be red, and of course the maple leaf had to be there too. It was tricky to find the right spot for it. We spent quite a bit of time looking for the perfect layout, and we ended up with one leaf at the bottom and another one placed like this, slightly connected to their logo. The only thing that didn't quite fit was the sleeve color, so we switched it to white. On the back the design is a bit simpler, World Cup patch, FIFA rivals logo, and that's it. We didn't want to overcomplicate it here. I think with white shirts, Team Canada would look amazing. Here is also a version with a dark red base and light red leaves. Let us know which one you prefer. And now it's time for another debut on our channel, Australia. I love their kits, but I love the logo even more. We are going to reference the logo here, but just very subtly. You'll see how in a second. But first we gotta add the patches and the player number. Nice. We definitely didn't want to just throw animals into the background or designing an upside down kit. That would be way too obvious. Australia's known for some seriously dangerous wildlife, so we used it as inspiration and created this pattern to, you know, represent animal scratches, claws, that kind of thing. You get the idea. Now let's add a second layer, do some subtle color and detail edits, quick back design, FIFA rivals logo at the bottom, and it's done. Front and back. And you know, we're definitely going to do more classic rivalry matchups, but creating a single video sometimes takes up to a month and YouTube doesn't pay that much. So we really hope that someone like FIFA Rivals will want to collaborate with us again, because the game is great and it fits perfectly with our content. Check it out yourself, link in the description. Bye.